Today we're taking a look at a new to the game, simply designed and built with the outdoors in mind unit. This is the ICECO PB1000. So what's up guys, welcome back to the lab. Today we're taking a look at ICECO's brand new portable power station. ICECO is actually a really well-known brand. They've been making fridges and been in the industry for almost 20 years at this point, but this is their first ever jab at a portable power station. And it's honestly something that me and Tiny Baby see being a bit of a trend in the near future. A lot of companies that make technology and electronics and stuff are gonna start making their own portable power stations or like big battery banks to charge the other things that they already sell. The good news is ICECO was kind of one of the first people to do that, and in our opinion, they crushed it. And as always, you guys know here at the lab, our opinions cannot be bought. We will leave links to this in the description down below. Right now, it's actually on a really good launch sale. But before we jump into everything that we love about this unit and all the things that we really don't, we're gonna start with a super quick 60-second teardown for everyone that's not familiar with the ICECO PB1000. First up, this thing passed the Tiny Baby lift test. It only weighs 33 pounds and it actually has a really nice little flip up handle. So Tiny Baby could curl this thing, no problem. It has a 1057 watt-hour battery, which is a lithium iron phosphate battery, so it's rated for 3,000 cycles till it's at 80%. And all that means is it's gonna be money well spent. This thing will last you 10+ years, assuming you use it every day. This thing has a 1200 watt pure sine wave inverter. In terms of charging, this thing has an AC input of 800 watts. So you can charge this from 0 to full in about 1.6 hours. It also has a 430 watt solar input. So you can charge this thing from 0 to 100 in just over 2.5 hours. On the front of this unit, we have one Anderson connection as a solar input, which is a little weird. We have two 120 volt regular house plugs on the front here. There's two USB-A's and two USB-C's. And we also have a 12 volt car socket and then two barrel connectors. There's also a wireless charging pad on top. There's a nice flashlight on the back here with a super long runtime of 350 hours. And the overall design of this thing is something that we actually really like. There's a lot of weird shit out there when it comes to portable power stations. This is a really simple and nice design. And the retail price of this thing is $999, but right now, as it just launched, it's on sale for $699, and hopefully companies like ICECO, when they have sales in the future, will continue to offer this thing for $699, because at that price, this thing is an absolute no-brainer. So let's actually get started here with a list of the things that we really like about this ICECO PB1000. We were kind of a little skeptical when we first got this thing, but there's actually a really long list of things we like. Starting with, it's actually thoughtfully designed for the outdoors. A lot of companies are marketing things as like outdoor units. And while sure, they have features and little things that kind of help with that, this unit is just head to toe decked out in the ability to be left outside. Both of these AC ports have this auto retracting cover. So basically you can never have this exposed to the elements. Even when you're using it, it's gonna kind of shelter the plug, which is cool. You guys know I hate little rubber dinky doors, but these ones are actually really nice because they have little inserts that go into the plugs behind them, and it actually holds it in place a lot better. The Blue Eddy ones tend to just kind of be like a grandpa's and they're just in the wind, just having a time. Even the AC input and everything on the back has little covers. This thing also has a V rating for the fireproof retardness on the shell. I don't entirely know what the V grade scale is, but to some degree, this thing is rated to be fire resistant. It's also got shock and drop resistance. All that means is that this unit, they knew who was gonna buy it, where they were gonna use it, and it's been thoughtfully designed for that person and not just for the general public and sold with like a, oh yeah, we use these outside. I also really like the size of this thing. It's a perfect size unit if you're buying a 12 volt fridge. And I say that with full confidence because my VL45 Pro fridge, I bought the Jackery 1000 to power it, and it lasts me a 3-day weekend plus a few days if I needed it to. This is a super efficient fridge. It only uses about 45 watts max when it's cooling, and it honestly runs closer to 30 watts most of the time. So a unit of this size is more than enough. And obviously I keep talking about charging your fridge, but this thing can actually charge a ton of stuff with a 1200 watt inverter. You can run your computers, laptops, all that kind of stuff off this. Coffee maker out of this thing. You could power a little heater inside of your tent, inside of your house, whatever. And something else that's just a bonus is while this was kind of built for outdoors, it has UPS, which is something that most units have, but we don't really talk about because most units have them. You plug the wall into this and you plug this into your stuff. And if the power goes out, this kicks on so fast, you don't even know the power went out. It's something they didn't have to do, but they did anyways. And I like that. I also really like the flashlight on the back. Say it's in your car like this. You take it out and now you're walking somewhere with it. The light is shining in front of you. And then when you get to your car, you're looking where you're gonna put this thing because you can see there. I'm actually really happy that the light is on the back of this unit. That actually adds a lot of functionality to the unit. And the last two things that I honestly just really like about this unit is it's simple. It's not trying to be anything that it's not. It doesn't have features it doesn't need. It just does what it needs to do, and it does it pretty well. Moving on though to some of the things that we just don't like about this unit, I'm gonna say first up, I wish there was an app. A lot of ICECO's fridges do have an app. You can go on there and control stuff, and so I know they have access to that platform. I really wish they would have included it on this. It's not a deal breaker, but it's really nice sometimes. And if just sometimes I had the ability to use an app with this, I think I'd be a little bit happier. Another thing that I really don't like is that the PV input is an Anderson port. Now, I don't actually have an ICECO solar panel. I would be of the suspicion that it is an Anderson connection on there. Point is, for you to use basically any standard solar panel with this, you're gonna need to use the adapter. We don't have a solar panel here at the lab that has an Anderson connection. So the fact that when you wanna plug solar in, maybe still get an adapter, depending on what kind of plug you're using, it's a little weird to me. The good news is if you buy an ICECO panel, which if you're buying an ICECO fridge and the thing, you may as well just buy their panels too. It's probably really simple plug and play. And then the last thing that we really just don't like about this unit is that it's not expandable. I like the idea of an expandable unit. I like that if I spend my money on something, that I can then spend more of my money on something else that lets that one thing be more than it originally was. But not everybody's gonna expand their unit. Other than that, there's not a lot we don't like about this unit. And the really cool thing is that, like I said, ICECO built this thing to be paired with some of their 12-volt fridges. This right here is my personal VL45 Pro, and it looks the exact same as the unit. When you're buying a fridge, you're getting everything in one place. It looks and feels cohesive. And if you're buying a fridge like this, you're a certain type of person, and you could probably use a unit that is built for the outdoors like this one is here. So I kind of like the idea of actually buying these as a pair, aside from the fact that they're a really good deal. They didn't build this to kind of be compared to everything else. They built it to go hand in hand perfectly with the stuff they already sold, which I think it does. But you guys know that here at the lab, we do comparisons. Starting with the most direct comparison, the Jackery 1000 Plus. Right away, this unit costs $999 full price. This unit costs $1,200 full price. This is a 1264 watt-hour battery with a 2000 watt pure sine wave inverter. This is a 1057 watt-hour battery with a 1200 watt pure sine wave inverter. And these things share a ton of features, but at the end of the day, Jackery markets their units to the outdoors people. And when I look at these things side by side, this one just looks more like it's for the outdoors person. Now, so far, this has seemed like all sunshine and rainbows for the ICECO, but when it comes to contenders and comparisons, the Anker C800 is probably our favorite thing that's dropped so far this year. Now, this is a smaller unit. It's still kind of geared towards the camping and stuff. This is the unit that if you guys haven't seen the video on, just click it and watch it. It's pretty cool. It comes with two lanterns built in and this extendo pole that clamps in. Now, this thing has a 768 watt-hour battery and it has a 1200 watt inverter. So same size inverter, smaller battery on this guy, but you do get more features. If you're not looking for something that's rugged and protected, this has 5 120 volt like regular house plugs. This guy has 2, but it depends why you're buying and what you're looking for. It also comes in at a disgusting $499. But at the end of the day, you guys are buying an ICECO fridge and you want to get a power station to power your brand new fridge should you buy this thing. This thing makes a lot of sense, and it's really hard to compete with the bundle that they've put together, especially on the sale price that it's on right now. To be honest, at the time, if I had this unit available versus my Jackery, probably would have just bought this. What you guys do is completely up to you. Otherwise, we're excited to see what happens with the future of ICECO portable power units, but leave a comment and let me know what you guys use portable power stations for. I'd actually be really curious to know if you guys use them more for camping, home backup, that kind of thing, like what features from this actually translate to your life. Other than that, that is all I got for you guys. If you are still confused and you don't know what power station to buy, we built a quiz. It takes like 2 seconds to do. In the description down below, check it out and see where you end up. Otherwise, I will catch you guys in the next one. Thank you so much for watching. Peace out and stay charged.